Alright guys, this is part 2 of the complete EDC. This is going to be the work EDC. If you haven't seen the first part of this, you can go back and check out the weekend EDC, which is all the other stuff that is on the table already. But this video we're going to go ahead and open up the EDC bag. We haven't done that for a little while, and so I thought I would show you guys what's inside. I'm going to attempt to do it with everything on the table, but if it gets a little too crowded, we'll just push things off, so no big deal. So let's go ahead and dive in and we'll show you what's in it. Okay, first up, let me show you guys what's on the outside of the bag. We have a couple of mechanics gloves right here that kind of go with me, especially in the winter time now. They're going to ride with me all the time, just for a little bit of insulation. So those go with me pretty well all the time. We've got a Phoenix LD20 on the outside here. Okay, this bag sits on my nightstand as well. So this is my go-to nighttime bump in the night flashlight as well. So that's my LD20. Super bright light. I've got a review of this on my channel if you guys are curious. So that sits in its sheath right here, attached to the MOLLE on the outside. Okay, just like that, attached on the MOLLE. On the top here, we've got, or on the other side, the Mora Companion. This is like a super well-used Mora, guys. check out the rust and patina that this sucker's gotten. This thing has like skinned animals. It always comes out during the hog head videos. It's getting pretty well used. Time to put a new edge on it. One of the things that's nice about these knives is literally you can replace it for 15 bucks or less. And that is a killer deal. And the sheath, it just sits right on the outside of my bag here. It sits right in the MOLLE, and it's just super convenient to get to. It comes right out, and I freaking love that knife, guys. Totally. So, all right, so let's go ahead and we'll start from the front pocket and work our way back. Dan at the Daily Prep, he asked a question in a video just recently. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. He said, do you guys, the question was, do you guys use your EDC? And I use my EDC all the time. One of the most used pouches on this is literally this front one here. It has, you know, like sweets. It has got some hard candies. It has Band-Aids. Okay, so we've got Band-Aids for anyone that has kids knows how often you go through Band-Aids. So these get replenished pretty well. There's toothpicks in there. I think there's like a magnifying glass and like some wet naps, you know, those kind of things. But for the most part, that pouch gets used all the time. So that's pretty much what's in there. I think there's some loose change in there and stuff too. So if I need to get a quarter out for the kids or something like that on the candy machines or something, then I can pop into that. So let's go ahead and open up this second pouch. This is like a utility pouch. There's another one of those Sabre pepper sprays. This is the CS gas pepper spray combination, and that one rides in here all the time. This one is the one that sits in my pocket. So there's always one with me, and I think a less than lethal option is a really important thing to have. Another flashlight is the Preon 1. This is another really good exam light because it does have that low mode, and this one rides with me to work. Okay, this is my work EDC bag, so that's with me all the time. The knife that's running in there right now is the Kershaw Tremor. If you guys have never seen the Kershaw Tremor, do yourselves a favor, get on Amazon and order one for 20 bucks shipped. Well, actually, you probably have to buy something else because it's like 25 bucks, like free shipping or something like that. But get on there and order you one of these knives. For $20, you cannot go wrong with this this Tremor. It is Chinese made. It's a huge blade, really ergonomic. It is a slicer, and I freaking love this knife, guys. It's one of the best. It's probably the best bang for your buck on the market, period. So get yourself a Tremor. Do yourself a favor. You know, at 20 bucks, you can even use it for a stocking stuffer. So that's the knife that's sitting in here right now. It was my paramilitary 2 that's been kind of sitting in here for a while. But that one I took on a hunting expedition. We just skinned a deer with it, and so I've got to do some maintenance on it and sharpen it back up. So that's the Tremor's on here now. Got a little salt pack. This is Redmond's Real Salt. Okay, just a little salt thing, salt shaker. The sea salt there, really good stuff. Got some Burt's Bees. One of the things that I've integrated into my EDC is a CPR pouch. So this is a CPR shield. Okay, if you guys are not certified in CPR, go ahead and get certified, guys, because it could save a life someday, big time. You're really likely someday to perform CPR, and it's a really good thing to know. It's a good skill to have. And so that CPR shield sits in here. It's attached to the little lanyard on the inside. I've got some headphones, just some Skull Candy headphones, nothing major nice, but they sound pretty good. I've got a little Leatherman Squirt PS4. This comes in real handy if I have to do some small task. Pliers and as well as scissors. It's probably one of my favorite Leathermans of all time, and that goes with me everywhere because it gets used a lot. So that one's right there, and I can just grab it out real quick if I need to. Got a pen here, a Sharpie as well. This has the fine tip as well as the broad tip. This is actually a little neck knife. I just kind of keep it in here for fun. You know, I've never even used this knife for cutting tasks or anything like that. It's more or less just kind of a conversational piece. Kind of a fun little knife. It's just a cold steel neck knife there. I don't even know if they make those anymore, but anyway. So that's pretty much what's in that pouch. I think there might be, there's a jump drive down in here, a thumb drive for computer and stuff too, so that sits in there as well. It's probably down buried, so I'm not going to dig it out. But anyway, that is the utility pouch right there. Okay, one of the things that I've been kind of sporting lately is the Be the Ball sunglasses. Be the Ball sent me these glasses to review. So expect a review here in the very near future. I've been kind of EDCing these for the last probably, I don't know, month and a half. So I'm getting really close to do a little review on them. I'm going to be doing a special little test with them because one of the things that they claim is that that they're ballistics rated sunglasses. So you can use them as like a shooting glass or a safety glass. So we're going to put them to the test and see how well they perform. But they come with a really nice pouch, and that's Be the Ball optics, and they're a pretty high value sunglasses. So that's there. Okay, let's crack this thing open. We'll show you what's inside the rest of the way. Okay, so we've got another little pouch here, and this houses another headlamp. I think everybody needs to have a headlamp or some kind of hands-free lighting option, especially if you get stranded on the side of the road. You got to do like some maintenance on a car or whatnot. Having the ability to have light without having to use your hands is, in my opinion, one of the most critical things you can have in your EDC. So a headlamp, I've integrated a headlamp in everything that I carry. DocTac Mom has a headlamp in hers, and we carry one in the car. So hands-free option for lighting is super important, I think. So, and then I just keep that here in this little pouch just to protect the lens, because they are plastic lenses on that, and I don't want them to get scratched up. So that sits in there as well. Okay. All right. Next I just have some of these Cliff shot blocks. You know, they've got like a little bit of caffeine with them. And so I've just been kind of keeping that in there just to give me a little spunk if I'm dragging at work or something like that. There's a total of 100 milligrams of caffeine in this whole entire you know, bar or whatever. And they're individual segments, gummy segments. And so if you take 3 of those segments, you get 50 milligrams of caffeine. So it'll give you a little bit of pep. So you know, so if I drag at work or something like that, then I've got these little things to hit me up with. Let's see, I've got my couple notebooks. These are just for jotting down ideas. I keep some ballistics records in my little black book here. So this has got all my my ballistics data and stuff like that in it. So that's there, keeping track of some ideas for videos and different things like that. I also have my my Leatherman. This is my TTI, my Charge TTI, the titanium version, S30V blade. Fantastic multi-tool, guys. Very similar to the Wave, just with upgraded metals. So, and just a couple other little things. So that sits in there. Have a little paracord at the bottom here. Just like about 25 feet of paracord as well, and that just kind of sits at the bottom and stays there. So let me just throw these things back in real quick. In the front pouch, we have my little utility bag. Okay, this is just full of little goodies. We'll break into that as well. And then this is just a gallon Ziploc bag. I put a little gallon Ziploc bag in there just because you can actually use it as a water bladder. Okay, so you can hold like a gallon of water. It's, you know, good to put wet clothes in or something like that if you have if you have any problem. I really recommend it. You know, you can stick a, like if we had to change a diaper that's really stinky or something like that, we can stick it in here and seal it up so we don't have to smell it. So, I mean, a gallon Ziploc bag comes in real handy, guys. Now, in this bag, I'm not going to open it up because there's a lot of stuff in here, but I've got fire, I've got a fire steel in here, I've got a wet fire, a little fuel block in there as well. I think it's called wet fire. We've got a lighter, a couple AA batteries and a couple AAA batteries. I've got some caffeine gum as well, some Stay Alert, a couple other Ziploc bags. There is a set of contacts in there as well, and just like a couple of little things like duct tape. I've got a little cloth to clean glasses off with, $50 in small bills, and I also have like some paper clips and things like that in there. So it's just like a little utility bag, and it gets used a lot and it gets changed out a lot. Okay, so a lot of stuff in there gets used up, and I have to periodically kind of update it. Okay. Alright, so that's everything in that front pouch. Then there's this little zipper, this little secured compartment back here. Keep a Snickers bar handy, just in case my blood sugar starts to drop or whatever. Anyone that knows that I love Snickers almond. Freaking love Snickers almond. So if my blood sugar gets low, I'll just pop that in, chew it up. Couple gloves handy, just in case. You know, I have to grab at them quick. So there's just a couple nitrile gloves there that are handy. I also have another like 4 sets of nitrile gloves in a Ziploc baggie. Got some wet wipes. These get changed out a lot because they get used a lot because of the kids. And I have like a little minimal first aid kit. I think that's everything in there. And just a little minimal first aid kit. Again, if you have kids, it's important to have lots of little band-aids because scraped knees and things like that happen a lot. And so it's good to have some of that. It's good to have, there's some Neosporin in there. I've got some ibuprofen, some like antihistamines, those kind of things. Just some like Afterbite. Some really, really simple stuff. Nothing major. This isn't even really, it's barely an individual first aid kit. But that's kind of the point. I don't want to just load up a ton of stuff in there because I'm not going to really use it. So I do, in my vehicles, I do have larger first aid kits that are more capable. So, but on me, that's what I carry. So let's go ahead and throw this stuff back in here. All right, so everything's back in the bag. Let's go ahead and zip it back up. Also, the camera that I'm filming this with, a lot of times will sit on top of here. I won't even zip it up. I'll just have the camera sitting there, and I take that to work with me as well, just in case. For whatever reason. Okay, so last thing in the bag is in the concealed carry compartment, and that is the Ruger LCP. This is in the DeSante's Nemesis holster, and that's how it's carried, just kind of like that. And there's also a spare mag that sits right next to it down inside. These are loaded with 90 grain Spear Gold Dots. Okay, look at that little cavity right there. These are really well performers, guys. Check out my my hogshead video where I tested these out through the hogshead. You'll be pretty surprised at how well they perform. So that goes in there, about 200 foot-pounds out of the muzzle with this. This is loaded, okay? All right, show you guys that it's loaded. It does have, you know, Doc Tac Dad on the engraved on the top, 380 ACP on the side. This one was signed by Nut and Fancy. Okay, this was engraved by Nut and Fancy. I love this gun. I've put probably, I don't know, 600, 700 rounds through it, and it shoots like a champ. We just did a little comparison video, me and Doc Tac Mom, with her M&P Shield, and we'll do another little follow-up. I'm going to do a follow-up video to that because it was a little controversial for some people. I don't know, but anyway, that's the Ruger LCP, and that sits right here in the back. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much what rolls with me to work. There's a couple other little things. You know, I have another little work bag, but it's kind of work related, so I'm not going to really show it here on camera. But for the most part, that's what I roll with. This included here is my weekend EDC. This bag alone is my work EDC, as well as, like, you know, my wallet and my tablet and my phone also goes with me to work. But other than that, that's it. Alright guys, so don't forget to leave a comment down below, rate the video, share it with your friends. It does help our video out, and it does help the channel grow. And as always, guys, thank you very, very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video. See ya. So now, this is the No Frills Glock out of the box, Glock 19 Flat Dark Earth. The only thing that I've got planned for this firearm, and yes, it is loaded, okay, and it's gonna stay loaded. So this is my EDC. This is my concealed carry, so it's loaded all the time. The only thing I plan on doing with this